Welcome, friends, to the Antimicrobial Resistance Awareness Drive. Today, I will talk on very important topic: post COVID-19 complications and link to antimicrobial resistance spread. As we all know that COVID-19 was one of the dreadful disease caused by the virus SARS-CoV-2, and it was a big pandemic worldwide, and millions of deaths take place because of the COVID-19. Now, COVID-19 basically is a disease may prolong for a long time. We call it long COVID-19 or long COVID, which is called as a staying in illness condition for a long time, maybe for more than a week, 2 weeks, month, or even more. And also recurrence of COVID-19 may take place, and because of that, the patients are hospitalized. Patients stayed in the intubation conditions in the hospital ICUs, and even the small kids are being kept on different an ICU condition. Now, this period of staying in the hospital because of the illness, long illness, is called long COVID-19. Now, why long COVID-19 took place because of the several reasons. Number one, either the patient is already ill before COVID-19 attack, may have some diabetic conditions or may have some heart problems or some other illness, and that may also make the COVID-19 conditions more long and long. Second, they are non-vaccinated. This is another cause of the disease. Third is that severity of the disease, because during COVID-19 you might have heard about the different variants of the SARS-CoV-2 viruses. These variants are basically the emerged strains caused by these viruses, and these viruses, because of the mutations, and these mutations cause new emerged viruses, and these emerged viruses may have more severe. So sometimes some of the variants of the SARS-CoV-2 viruses are more severe, and if the infection caused by severe virus, those which are highly pathogenic and virulent viruses, compared to the other one, which are non as virulent as the other one, then they may cause the long illness and long stay. Now, what is the important point which I want to discuss here is that what does the long stay means, and how does the long stay of COVID-19 affect the AMR or the antimicrobial resistance spread? When the patient is staying in the hospital for more than a month, when the patient's staying in the hospital for a long time because of the severe illness, he or she may be on intubation, ventilators, and some other life supporting and health supporting system. This is the time where the chances of the second infections are more. And when the second infection takes place, then the physician prescribes antibiotics, and these antibiotics, overuse of antibiotics, and in order to control infection, is one of the reason of the spread of antimicrobial resistance. Now, the question: how does antibiotic resistance spread from this point of overuse of antibiotics during staying in the hospital after COVID-19 or any disease complications? The dissemination of the antibiotics from the patient's urine and fecal material will go to the environment through sewage, and from sewage it goes to various water bodies, from where it can through animals and plants again recycled into the environment. So the dissemination of the antibiotic or antibiotic residues through this mean is one of the reason of the putting a selection pressure on the microorganisms living all around, and this is basically one of the reason of spread of antibiotic resistance. Now, when the microorganisms living under the pressure of antibiotics, then they acquire the resistance, and this is the point where the resistance emerge takes place. So now we are summarizing this important point today is that how COVID-19 complications leading to long stay of a patient in the hospital, right, and let the patients be put on the antibiotics for a long time, and this overuse of antibiotics will ultimately causing the drug resistance. So this is very important that to overcome these antibiotics, and try to cut down these antibiotics, overuse of antibiotics, as well as uh, patients should not take the antibiotics from the counters, because most of the time they consult with the pharmacist, and so the pharmacist and public both should be educated properly that the antibiotics should not be used during the viral infections, and even try to avoid the maximum use of antibiotics even in the secondary infection until unless the infection is very severe. Thank you very much.